Welcome back, everybody. Well, I kind of forgot to start making the video here for putting the body back on. Plans are to go out Saturday evening with a buddy to his friend's house and go do some riding. Still haven't got the fuel pump mounted up, but after I get the body on, I'll figure out a decent location for that. Missing quite a bit of hardware, really. Didn't come with a lot of it. I'm going to have the decision to leave this as a dump bed kind of setup. So I'm just going to bolt it down there because this holds really good and firm. I'm going to do that. Maybe figure out a way to put some clips through it, get some all thread, and be able to have it fit through just perfect or something. And use cotter pins to keep it in place. Not cotter pins, but clips. We all know what I'm trying to say here. Mechanically, it is all good now. It does need a muffler, but it's not really too bad, I guess. Yeah. Plenty of space up in there for a future battery for lights or anything I can really think of if I want to. Also be a really good spot to put a weight because these are really light in the front end when you get on it. Got the seat recovered over there with big old vinyl tape. I know this has probably seen much better days here. I'll try to figure out how to get that to look better. But the good news is with it, at least when they or whoever was fixing it, they used metal and rivets to hold it, so they didn't just kind of plastic it together and call it a day. On some of these cracks here at the very end, I'm going to try to drill a hole at the very end of it so it stops the crack till I figure out a solution for that, but little stuff is what that is. Do a shakedown run with it and hopefully everything goes well. And I'll tell you, money well spent here. Just I'll probably have about $450 into it in the end. That includes the cost of it. Nice for what they are. And I can see up front here, I'm going to have plenty of space to put a nice bumper, protector or something. I think a nice bumper, brush guard to knock down weeds instead of it getting all up into there. So that'll be a nice little future build. Handlebars are still crooked. Doesn't bother me too much. I think the shaft on it got bent by a rollover. So we'll get this body back on here and the seat on, and maybe I'll get the GoPro wannabe camera. The quality isn't the best, but for 20 bucks, you get what you get, right? Mount it up to it, and maybe take it for a little spin with the body on. Okay, make sure you get the shifter there. So, other than that, all the mud flaps are in really good shape. None of them are destroyed or anything like that. Leaks oil, whoop-de-doo. Gear shift indicator, what says gear you're in, it don't have it, doesn't really need it too much, but I'll try to get that secured and little stuff. I was going to clean up the frame a little bit more here, but after this next run and whatnot, we'll get to that and everything. Definitely keep her very well maintained here and everything. She's, for the first year of production, I'm surprised that it's as good of shape as it is. Somebody did take care of it. I mean, I've seen it to where these welds all through here have just been rotting and rusting out real bad, and this one, like I said, it was taken care of by somebody, and then somebody else got a hold of it and went on a little splashy mud puddle jump fest, and then after that it looks like it was just parked. Don't have really all the proper hardware for these. There should be little clips and put in, but I'll get to that later. Right now we just want to ride, I guess, if you want to really call it that. So miles on it, I don't know if it really does miles actually, or if it, but 4,549. This resets. You have to rotate the dial and it resets it. Choke, everything. So need an exhaust. Whoa, zoom there. Sun's out, so it's on my screen. I can't really see too well, but exhaust shield is missing. I'll probably make one. I've got some old exhaust pipe in there and I can just cut it in half, but we'll get the other body on and then the rest of the body on, seat on, and we'll see what she looks like and everything, what she does. And I'll tell you, it's been a very fun little project. I hope to find another one of these on Facebook, something similar. These older ones, I like them a lot better. The newer ones, I can imagine parts would be expensive. And I can't say parts were too bad for this. That recoil, though, that was my most expensive part right there. At 75 bucks was the cheapest I could find it on eBay. So we'll get back to getting the rest of this body on here and keep you updated here. So be back. There we go. Body's on, seats on. It's actually starting to look like a four-wheeler again. I've got some cleaning and protective wipes here, pretty much like off-brand auto wipes for Armor All and everything, but they do pretty good on the vehicles, dashes that I have and everything, so maybe we'll see if it'll make this plastic look good for 5 minutes. Heck, maybe we'll even shiny up the outsides of the wheels. How does that sound? Just for ha-ha. Because, face it, make it look good once, and then just keep her dirty, but keep her washed. Well, she sat out in the sun. It looks like the back part of this was exposed to sunlight for quite a bit versus the front that wasn't. Definitely see a fade line there, how it fades to pink. So, and if anything, just hit it with a can of red spray paint. Maybe just do that instead, 'cause some of that good plastic stuff. But, yeah, I might actually do that. Hit it with some red spray paint. I don't know yet. We'll find out. We'll just hit it with these for now, and after she rides and everything and does good. And nice little release lever under the seat there to get to the gas tank. And so, I mean, she ain't the prettiest in the world, but better than nothing, I guess. Would like to think that these mud flaps could sit a little bit lower. It's told that a set off of like a 185 or 220 will hang a bit lower, and that might be the trick here. As much as I like to go mudding, I don't want it all on me, so we'll wipe her down here, make her look pretty, and then go take her for a quick test drive. And then, I don't know, pretty much complete, really. I know, other than I do want to repaint this right here, the dump bed, set up, and make a bumper, like I said earlier, so little stuff on it, just little stuff. I also have some D-rings that I had bought, and they might do good for a pull point on the bumper. So we'll get back here on that. Got to get the brakes adjusted. Little stuff now. So be back. Well, there she is in all of her glory. The wipes just made it a brighter shade of pink, so I'll figure that out later. Tire shine on the mud flaps and the wheels. You know, yeah, it looks a little better. Maybe it'll resist dirt a little bit better. Spray it on the underside, I guess. Help keep some dirt off. Splash water. Oh, and there's my GoPro wannabe. Like I say, the quality ain't the greatest, but $20 is $20 to try something out. Battery life is really terrible in them, despite it says it could go like 2.5, 3 hours. I think I've gotten 40 minutes, maybe. Added the Sunstar decal from, that was my rear sprocket. We all know decals add horsepower. So, I guess I'll try and take her for a ride up and down the street here and see how that goes. And after that, it'll pretty much be ready for going out, hopefully. Got the fuel pump zip tied up and away from stuff for now, up under there. Still haven't figured out a final location for anything, but it's out of the way. It isn't touching anything hot or vibrating a lot. Adjust the brakes still, but other than that, it's pretty much, I'd say 90% there. Add some hardware here and there, but not bad. So, alrighty. Either we'll see you later or after the ride. Probably the next shots could potentially be from this camera, and the quality isn't 100%, but it's there for riding. Versus this can do up to 1440, but I have it right now set to 1080, 60 frames per second, but because video editors don't really do the 60 frames per second, you don't see that, but it's 1080. So anyways, off of those details, yeah, time to go ride. Thank you. drives life with an absolute charm. It's nice to be able to sit on a seat now. It's actually quite cushy. The camera has quite a bit of vibration going on from the engine and everything, so might be a little bit of a shaky video, but alrighty, well, I'll keep up to date on anything here. Videos might be a little bit slower. I got other projects, but definitely bumper in the future and other little miscellaneous stuff. So, alright, thanks for watching.